Hello, people. How are you today? I am so happy you could join me for a practice. We're going to do some stretching and breathing today. Hopefully, wherever you are, you have created a space for this practice in your home, in your garage, on your front lawn or your back lawn, wherever you can find a space that is free of clutter, where you can think and stretch and take up more space will be great and ideal. Whether you have a mat or not, doesn't matter. The important part is that you have a place where you can move freely and safely without obstruction and really begin to experiment with what your body feels like in space. So for beginners, we do recommend that you consult your doctor before you begin any physical routine, although I like to think of yoga as more of a work in than a workout. We are mindful that we will exert ourselves a tiny bit physically, and so you want to make sure that your body is in ideal health to begin a physical practice. So thank you for continuing for your health with me and continuing to take the journey towards holistic health by tapping into this amazing tool. So wherever you are, you can come sitting on your space. You can come sitting cross-legged if you like. If not, you can extend your legs in front of you, allowing the muscles in your quads and your calves to just relax. Don't flex the toes, just allow your legs to just stretch before you. If your legs are extended, if you are sitting cross-legged, go ahead and just notice where your hips meet the floor. Where are your arms? Where's your spine? Is it neutral? Where are your shoulders? Are they relaxed? How about your jaws? Are they clenched or unclenched? Your eyes are probably open to watch this video, but if you like, you can follow the sound of my voice. Begin to close your eyes and just breathe. We use the Ujjayi breath for this practice, the victorious breath, the ocean breath. It's called so because it produces a gentle sound like a hiss from the back of the throat when you inhale and exhale in and out of the nose for the entire practice. If that's available to you and it's accessible, I highly recommend it as a way to not only deepen your lung capacity, but to naturally filter the air that you're taking in and then expand in the exhale, the air that you're breathing out. But if you do need to make an audible exhale, I highly recommend that at any time because it feels good and it is super cleansing. So it is ideal to use the Ujjayi breath. If you are listening, go ahead and tune into your breath. Find its natural pattern. And begin to inhale where you are. Pause at the top. And exhale, release. Inhale. And exhale. And extending your right arm in front of you. Your left arm reaches across your body to your right shoulder. You can gently pull that right arm closer to you, giving yourself a gentle assist in the shoulder. Inhale, pull that shoulder in. Exhale, sink into that space you're pulling into. On your next inhalation, swapping over, taking the right arm across you. I'm taking the left arm across you, taking that right hand to your left shoulder. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice shoulder stretch. We take another great big inhale, raising the diaphragm. Bringing the arms all the way up if it's accessible to you. Palms meet, clasping the fingers. We flip the hands out, pinkies to the back of the room. Exhale, we release. Let's take another stretch. Inhale up. Clasping the fingers, flipping the palms up, pinkies to the back. Nice curve in the spine, deep stretch. Exhale, release. Notice the points of your body that are meeting the floor. If you're sitting cross-legged, where are your hips and your knees and your ankles meeting the floor? Focus on those points now as you begin to come onto all fours in the tabletop position. You want to remain grounded. The hips come off the floor, but now you've changed to your knees, perhaps the tops of your feet, palms of your hands, neutral spine. And you want to begin some deep inhales, drawing the belly to the floor. Inflection in the spine, drawing the tailbone up. And on the exhale, you want to round off the back like a cat. Tucking the tailbone in, curving the spine under, relaxing the head. Again, we inhale, belly to the floor. Exhale, rounding off the spine. Take as many cat-cow sequences as you like. Really sink into your breath. Notice your points of connection with the floor. Be mindful of where you're experiencing tension or freedom in your body in this pose. What feels good for you? What feels accessible for you? Find an option in the cat-cow sequence that works best for you. And when that feels complete for you, come back onto all fours. And we're going to begin to lift the right arm, pointing it in front of you, and the left leg simultaneously in one breath. And release. We inhale, right arm and left leg extend. Exhale, release. The spine remains neutral. We're only experimenting with the points of contact on the mat. Inhaling one leg and one arm at a time. Releasing. On your next inhalation, swap over, opposite arm, opposite leg, extending. Exhale, meeting the floor. few of those on each side. And we're back into tabletop. We're taking child's pose. And from this position, we've put our big toes together, spreading the knees apart to allow us to sink the hips deeper. Our tailbone meets our heels. Our shoulders are going for a deep stretch. And if this is available to you, your forehead meets the mat. If this pose is difficult, you are welcome to take an option of Sphinx with the elbows bent, or puppy pose while you remain on your knees. Find the option that works best for you. And we meet in child's pose for a few breaths, in and out of the nose. Maybe you find a gentle forehead massage. Maybe you find the tension releasing, or maybe you're anxious about what's to come. I want you to be assured that you are in the right place at the right time. This practice that you're doing is healing your body in so many ways. From child's pose, we're rolling on to the tops of the feet, and we meet in downward dog. Here, we're driving the heels to the mat, driving the tailbone up, arms extended before you, fingers are gripping the mat, allowing the head to relax. We take 5 deep breaths here. If this is uncomfortable for you, you have a few different options. You can bend your knees for less strain on your hamstrings and your calves to meet yourself where you are. If you are open and flexible, continue to drive the heels to the mat. You can curl your toes up. You might take a pedal here, one leg at a time as you build strength and flexibility. A few more breaths here. Inhale, build space. Exhale, sink into that space. Now your next inhalation, look between your hands. At the end of your exhale, bring your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway up, your back is straight. Exhale, fold forward, drawing the head to the knees. Exhaling deeply. Again, bending the knees offers you an option if you are not able to fold all the way forward. Again, bending the knees slightly. We're going to inhale all the way up. Arms come up, palms meet. Exhale into prayer. On your next inhalation, arms up. Look up at your thumbs, bring the diaphragm way up. Exhale, fold forward. Following the hands down, hinging at the hips, drawing the head to the knees. Inhale, halfway up, back straight. Exhale, hands go flat on the mat. We walk or jump the feet back if you like. Holding in a high plank. You're gonna hold this for a few breaths. Feel the shudder in your wrists, in your spine. This is core work. The tops of your toes are meeting the mat. Back as straight as you can get it. Stacking the elbows over the wrists. One more breath. And on the exhale, belly all the way down to the mat. Top of the feet go onto the top of the mat. Palms are flat, fingertips are grounded. We inhale up, drawing way up from the neck to the navel, breathing deep. Cobra or up dog. Exhale, find your way back into downward dog. Drawing the tailbone up, extending the arms in front of you, gripping the mat with your fingertips, lengthening the spine, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Sink into your downward dog. Puppy is also available to you as an option. On your next inhalation, look between your hands. At the end of your exhale, go there, feet between the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Bending the knees slightly, inhale all the way up. Arms come up, palms meet. Exhale into prayer. We're gonna go for a forward fold. You can either remain standing with your toes together, strengthening the ankles, causing you to balance. You might find a gentle sway in your stand, or you can come shoulder width apart. Whatever's accessible, available to you, go there, come standing tall. Arms open. And we're gonna inhale, arms up. Exhale, following the hands down, fold forward. Grabbing the back of the calves allows you to pull the body down. Allow your head to relax, your shoulders to remain open, drawing your head to your knees, feeling that spinal stretch, feeling that stretch in your hamstrings, in your quads, pulling, drawing the body down naturally with its own force. Take a few breaths here. And on your next inhalation, bending the knees, we clasp the hands behind us. Inhale, opening up the chest. Exhale, we fold forward, allowing the gravity to pull the arms forward. Wherever you are in this pose, allow gravity and time to work for you. This is opening your shoulders, opening your chest. Over time, your muscles will become more flexible. This pose is not about the final result or how flexible one appears, but about opening and engaging these muscle groups with inquiry. What does this feel like for you? Where do you enjoy this pose? Where might it be difficult? On your next inhalation, rolling out of the stretch, drawing the hands to the hips. We come back into a standing position. Jumping the feet apart, going for another forward fold. This time we're going for the big toes or the back of the ankles. Whichever is available to you. Inhale up. Exhale, fold forward, following the hands down. Grabbing those big toes with your pinching fingers, elbows out. And allow yourself to just kind of ragdoll here, using your toes to pull your body down, but allowing your head to relax. You might find a gentle sway in your hips. Some movement, some gentle movement here as you draw your body down for this forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands go flat onto the mat. We walk or jump our feet back. Exhale, belly to the floor. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Breathing deep, neck to the navel. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath here. And on your next inhalation, we inhale that right leg up, extending it high into the air, pointing that toe. Exhale that right foot between the hands, stacking the knee over the ankle, grounding that left foot 45 degrees on the edge, parallel with the edge of the mat. And we come to standing warrior one. There are a few different options in this pose. Take a breath here. Exhale, hands to the mat. Walk or jump the feet back. High plank, low plank or cobra. Inhale. Exhale, rolling onto the toes. Pointing the hips. Down dog. On your next inhalation, inhaling that left toe into the air, extending that left leg behind you, swinging it through, left foot between the hands, stacking the knee over the ankle. Warrior one on the left side. Exhale, hands go flat on the mat. Flow through it from the high plank to the low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Hold it for a few breaths. Still drawing that tailbone to the sky. Finding length in your spine. Finding an opening between your ears and your shoulders. Fingers gripping the mat. Enjoy your breaths in and out of the nose the entire time. On your next inhalation, we inhale that right foot up, pointing that toe up. Right foot between the hands. Left foot gripping the outer edge of the mat, parallel. We come into warrior one, palms together, up. And on your next exhalation, we sink into warrior two. Arms fly out before you, eyes gaze down the middle finger. Imagine your arms as one rod extension of your torso, shining, beaming out before you and behind you. Sink into that knee. That left leg behind you should be so strong, somebody could come stand on it. When that feels complete for you, on your next exhalation, hands go flat on the mat. Walk the feet back, high plank. belly to the mat. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a few breaths. On your next inhalation, extending that left leg behind you, pointing the toe up. We swing it through. Left foot between the hands. Coming into warrior one, palms together. Nice arch in the back, eyes gaze up at the hands. On the next exhale, opening up to warrior two. Sinking into that knee, strong in that back leg. Eyes gaze down, the middle finger. Arms are an extension of your torso. Feel that energy shooting out from your fingertips. Hands find the mat. Palms go flat on the mat. Walk the feet back. High plank. Low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, meeting down dog. On your next inhalation, look between your hands. Exhale, go there. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Bending the knees. Inhaling all the way up, palms together. Look up at your thumbs. Exhale into prayer. Now we're going to go into some balancing poses, which are always fun. We love these. So you have a few different options. We're going to ground the left leg firmly into the floor, the four corners of the feet gripping the mat or the floor, wherever you are. Imagining the roots of the tree digging deeply into the ground as your foot is drawing into the ground, the very ground where you're standing. And find that energy and stability of the roots of a tree with your left foot. And whenever you're ready, you can bring your right foot either to your ankle, to your calf, or tuck deeply into the groin. We never want the foot on the knee. If you decide to tuck it into the groin, we want it just above the knee. Draw the hip flexor out, point the knee out. Find a focal point on the wall that works for you. I'm looking at a beautiful mandala that helps me to remind myself of the connectivity of all things, keeps me grounded. It could be a brick wall, or whatever you're looking at. Find a focal point and find your tree. As you become more flexible, more acquainted with this pose, you have an option to do the full extension, extending the leg before you, but we'll get there. This is about right now, not where we could be, but where we are right now. On your next exhalation, we're going to extend that right leg before you as high as you can get it. Left foot is still very grounded into the floor. Holding that right leg up as high as you can get it. A few more breaths. And release. Taking the opportunity to ground that right foot into the floor by its four corners. Remember the roots of the tree drawing into the earth, grounding yourself. You have that visual of what your right foot is like, grounded into the floor. And whenever you're ready, take your option. Bringing your left foot to either your ankle, your calf, or tucked into your groin. Swing the right knee, the left knee out, opening the hip flexor. And find your tree. On your next exhalation, extending that left leg for you as high as you can get it. And on your next exhalation, bringing it down. Our next balancing pose we call airplane. You see a lot of different variations of this pose, so I'll give you a few different options. The first one begins with, of course, grounding that left foot deeply into the mat by the four corners. You don't want to lock your knees, you want soft knees, arms by your side. You take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, you're going to tilt forward, keeping a neutral spine, allowing that left leg, that right leg to extend behind you. That left leg is grounded on the mat. And you have the option to stay here. Extend the arms in front of you so that the arms and the legs are in line with one another. Or bring the hands all the way to the mat for another hip opening and more stability. Three-legged dog. Or challenge yourself in airplane. It's up to you. Whatever is accessible to you, whatever feels good, whatever challenge you invite today. Take a few breaths here. And on your next inhalation, come into standing. Grounding that right foot into the mat by its four corners. Again, we inhale. Exhale, fold forward, extending that left leg behind us. Tilting the pelvis forward, neutral spine. Arms remain behind you. Extended before you. Or hands come all the way to the mat for a hip opening. It's your choice. On your next inhalation, come into standing. Legs are going to come out wide. Feet out wide, just slightly wider than the shoulders. Feet are still grounded into the mat. Here's where you might find an option for a block. We've had options for blocks before, and we've discussed this in some of our previous classes, but today I'm going to use one to show you some of the benefits of using it in triangle pose. So legs are out wide. We're going to pivot that left foot right in front of us. That right foot stays grounded firmly into the mat. We don't want to lock the knee. We want a soft knee, but we want our leg to be straight. Place your block just inside your foot at its medium height. And when we inhale, the arms up. Exhale, tilt forward. Hand meets the block. rotating that upper arm out so that the eyes gaze at the upper thumb, drawing that right hip flexor behind you for triangle pose. Notice a soft knee in the toe that is pointed away from you. Notice that you're not locking the knee on that back leg. And the block helps you meet the floor a lot sooner than without. It's a prop, it's an assist to help you in this pose. On your next inhalation, bending the knee, coming to standing, swapping over. That left foot pivots in, that right foot pivots out. Placing the block just inside the foot. We inhale, arms up, tilt forward, exhale, hand meets the block. That upper arm rotates out, eyes gaze at the upper thumb, and we tilt that left hip flexor in for triangle pose on the left side, on the right side. Last breath here, and on your next inhalation, bending the knee, coming to standing, swapping over. Another opportunity to use the block, or you might not, just depends on you. That left foot pivots out. We're bending the knee, so you may have to widen your stance a bit, stacking the knee over the ankle. We bring that left elbow to the left knee. We inhale up, exhale, right arm shoots forward in line with the leg. Eyes gaze at the upper arm. For an extended side angle. Feel your oblique stretch here. Feel how strong your knee is. On your next inhalation, swapping over. Bringing that leg straight, pivoting that left leg in, pivoting that right leg out, bending at the knee. Right elbow comes to the right knee. Inhale up, exhale, arm shoots forward, eyes gaze at the upper arm. Feel the line in your body, the stretch in your oblique, your side body, your torso. Feel how your arm is in line with your leg. And what a great stretch this is for your side body. On your next inhalation, coming to standing, swapping over. That right foot pivots in, that left foot pivots out. We're bending the knee. We're taking that right elbow across the left knee, and we're meeting in prayer. Twisted prayer, where the palms meet, the force of the upper elbow drawing the palms together, a nice spinal twist, nice force from your hands joining to give yourself just enough pressure to twist. Where can you find space in this pose? Where can you find some options? On your next inhalation, swapping over, straightening that left leg, pivoting in, right leg pivots out, bending the knee. Left elbow reaches across that right knee. Palms meet for a twist on the right side. For your next inhalation, coming to standing. We are already in position. Our legs are out wide. We're going for a wide leg forward fold this time. You might find a block necessary. Maybe you don't. But the block helps you meet the floor sooner and makes the pose more accessible for you. So it is always an option. While the legs are out wide, we inhale up. Bringing the diaphragm way up. Exhale, hinging at the hips. We dive forward. Allowing our spine to remain neutral. Maybe your head goes all the way to the floor. Maybe you meet a block. Maybe you grab behind the ankles, pulling the body down. Or maybe you grab those big toes with the pinching fingers and draw the elbows out. Whatever feels complete for you. Take a few more breaths here. Enjoy this fold, the complete stretch. And on your next inhalation, bringing the hands to the hips, bending the knees, and coming forward. Bringing the toes together. We inhale up. Palms together. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Back straight. Exhale, palms go flat on the mat. Walk the feet back. Continue to exhale, belly all the way to the mat. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Pointing the hips high, lengthening the spine. And now we're coming onto the butt for seated poses. I hope you enjoyed that first part of our practice. Very fun. I hope everybody's warmed up. Now that we're here sitting, we'll bring the legs out in front of us. And the first one we're going to do is a forward fold. Your legs are extended before you. I hope that we can see. Let's see. We need to adjust a bit. There we go. Legs are extended before you. You can engage your legs by flexing your toes, pulling them towards you. You get a deeper stretch in your calves and your hams. We inhale up, the palms meet. Exhale, fold forward, drawing the head to the knees, going for those toes. Wherever you are, if bending the knees is more accessible to you, makes this pose more pleasant, by all means, do that. It's gonna look different in everybody. On your next inhalation, coming to sitting, hands are flat on the mat behind you, toes are pointed, heels are drawing into the ground. We inhale, engage every muscle in the body, from your head to your toes. Exhale, release. Shake it out. We're going for an upward plank. Hands go flat on the mat behind you. Heels are digging into the mat, toes are flexed towards you. We inhale the pelvis up. Maybe I'll try this side. Heels into the mat. Hands are flat on the mat behind you. We inhale the pelvis up. Exhale. Feel how strong your core is. Don't let the back sag. Feel that shaking, wobbly energy in your arms, keeping yourself up. What is that like for you? To explore this pose. On your next exhalation, come and sitting on the floor. Left leg is extended before you. Right leg comes folded behind you. That might be out wide for some of you. That might be here for some others. We want to engage the left leg so that the toes point towards you. We inhale the arms up. Exhale, head to knee, folding forward. Going for that big toe. On your next inhalation, swapping over. Right leg comes before you, left leg tucks behind you. We engage in that right leg, drawing the toes towards you. Inhale up, palms together. Exhale, tilt, fold forward, head to the knee. Mindful of your breath, swapping over. On the next inhalation, left leg comes before you. Right foot tucks into the groin. Knees coming out wide. So you're gonna tuck that right foot into the groin. Still engaging that left leg by drawing the toes towards you. You get a deeper muscle stretch. We inhale up. Exhale, tilt forward. If you can reach your toes and feel this lengthening stretch from your neck to your tailbone. Find often it's more accessible to reach the toes with one leg extended before you than over two legs extended before you. So your next inhalation, we're gonna swap over. Right leg extended before you, left foot tucks into the groin on the right side. We inhale up. Exhale, tilt forward, drawing the head to the knee, engage in that right leg. Take a few breaths here. On your next inhalation, swapping over. Our feet are flat on the mat. So we're gonna take that right foot and tuck it under the left knee. Bring that left foot across the right knee. That right foot is meeting your left glute. Left hand goes grounded on the mat behind you. Take the right arm, wrapping it on the outside of the knee, and twist. Chin meets the shoulder. for a nice, nice side body stretch. A nice twist. And on your next inhalation, swapping over. Right hand goes flat on the mat behind you. Left foot tucks into the right glute. Right leg comes across the left knee. We inhale that left elbow around the right leg. Giving your body a gentle assist, a deeper hip stretch. A nice supine twist when your chin meets your shoulder. And on your next exhalation, coming out of the stretch. Feet are still flat on the mat. We're going for a boat pose. Arms extend before you. Feet are flat on the mat. We're bringing the toes up. And on your next inhalation, we want to bring the feet up. Careful not to rock back onto the sits bones or the base of the spine. We want to keep our butt as our cushion as much as we can. And extend the legs as high as you can. You can get here. If this is where you are, then stay there. If you can grab your toes, go for an extended boat pose if it's available to you. By all means, enjoy the core work of this pose. For a few breaths. Exhaling down. All right, looking good. We're coming on to the knees. For a camel. Here we are on our knees. A couple different options here. You have sciatica, lower back pain. You are invited to firmly hold your lower back. Take the inhale, tilt the pelvis forward, and drive those hip flexors forward to a position that's suitable for you. If you are more open in the hips and spine, you're welcome to take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, allow your hands to find your heels, tilting the pelvis forward, opening the shoulders, opening the heart. For camel. On your next exhalation, if it's available to you, you can bring it all the way to the floor. Hips meet the heels, shoulder meets the mat. Few breaths here. Knees out wide. Giving yourself a nice hamstring stretch. And on your next inhalation, working yourself back up for more seated poses. We're coming onto the back for a bridge. Feet are grounded on the mat. You can come clasping the hands underneath, tilting the pelvis up. Shoulders find the mat. Stability in the mat. On the inhale, we tilt the pelvis up. Exhale, sink into that space. This is a nice lower back stretch. It's also a nice stretch for the hips. You have the option to continue to wheel after this pose or develop it further. Exhale, bringing the body down. Now that we're here on the floor, left leg extends before you. Right leg on the next inhalation is coming up, head to the knee. You are invited to grip the big toe with your pinching fingers or behind the calf or the ankles to allow your head to meet the knee. Engage in the left leg. Find your breath here. Left hand is firmly on top of that left leg. Right hand grabs the right big toe and extends out on your next exhalation. On your next inhalation, we're swapping over, swapping hands. That left hand can grab that right big toe. Right hand can go out wide. Right leg crosses over the body to the left side. Eyes gaze at the opposite hand. That is if you don't have a wall between you. And you can get into the twist. By all means, take a few breaths here. And allow for this hip opening and supine twist. On your next inhalation, neutral spine. We inhale, head to the knee. Exhale, release. Swapping over. Right leg is extended before you and engaged. On your next inhalation, bringing that left leg up, head to the knee. And on your next exhalation, extending that leg out wide. Opening the hips, keeping that right leg grounded, right hands on top of that right leg so you can feel the engagement in that leg while you open the left leg out wide. On your next inhalation, swapping over, twisting the body, changing hands. Left leg comes across the body. Left arm opens up. Opposite arm, opposite leg for the twist. And on your next inhalation, coming back to center, neutral spine, right leg still engaged. Inhale, head to knee. Exhale, release. Going down. Hi, T'Challa. You came to do some yoga? We got just a little bit more. All right, we're going for an inversion. So here we are on our backs. We're going for shoulder stand first. Now, this is a pose again with a few different options, as all of our poses do have. So the first option is just to extend your legs above you. Hips are still grounded on the mat. We're just allowing time and gravity to work for us, flexing the toes or maybe finding some gentle movement in the feet. If you are here and you are available to lift at the hips, drawing the shoulders to the floor, using the elbows for support, not the neck, using the elbows and the forearms. I invite you to inhale up, the legs up. The stronger your core gets, the straighter your back will get in this pose. And just hold it for a few breaths. On your next exhalation, extending the legs behind you for plow pose. Top of the toes, reach the floor. Hands can clasp underneath. We're tilting the hips up, really stretching the spine, really sinking into the strength of our shoulders and our forearms in this pose. There should be absolutely no strain on the neck. We're letting the shoulders and the forearms do the work for us. And we are tilting and lengthening our spine through the hips. Taking some deep breaths here. On your next exhalation, rolling slowly out of the stretch, coming back, neutral spine. We can take happy baby. Hands grab the feet or the big toes. Knees sink into the armpits. Hips coming out wide. Perhaps you find a gentle sway back and forth. Gentle lower back massage. Gentle hip opening. And on your next exhalation, we're working our way back into child's pose, where we begin. So we're coming onto the knees, putting our big toes together, knees out wide, extending the arms before us, sinking the hips to the heels, and finding our breath in this pose. We no longer have to use the Ujjayi breath. This is the part of our practice where we wind down. You find your normal breath. Take a great big deep inhale. And if you need an audible exhale, please take it. While the left leg is still extended before you, we take that right arm and thread it through under the left armpit, lengthening the shoulder, bringing the head back to the floor. On your next inhalation, swapping over, right arm is extended before you. Left arm threads through underneath the right armpit. Giving some lift to that left shoulder. Giving yourself a gentle assist as your head meets the mat. Hips meet the heels in child's pose. We're coming back up. You can take freedom in child's pose to find which option works best for you. I invite you to experiment, knees open, toes touching, toes apart. Feel what works best for you in this pose. And whenever you're ready, find your way into Savasana. We're coming onto the back, taking our time, one side at a time. From child's pose, from a seated position to lying down, corpse pose. I invite you to take up as much space as you need in this pose. You've done a lot of work. You engaged every muscle in your body. Be very proud of yourself today. Allow your shoulders to melt into the mat, your heels to meet. Reminder to find all of the points that your body is contacting the mat. And really enjoy that and experience what it's like to be fully aware. Maybe you wiggle your right toe, or maybe you just notice that it doesn't wiggle at all. You find energy there in your right toe, your right second toe, your right third toe, your right ring toe, your right pinky toe. And then you find awareness in the entire foot. You find awareness in the right ankle, energy moving from there to the right calf, to the right knee, to the right thigh, to the right side of the groin and the hip flexors. Now you find awareness in the energy at your center in the torso. Finding your breath, finding the gentle warmth from the center of your body. You move again, your attention to your left side, your left big toe, your left second toe, your left third toe, your left ring toe, your left pinky toe, the entire left foot, your left ankle, your left calf and shin, your left thigh, your left hip, and now at the very center, at your core, you bring awareness to the energy there, from all the muscles you engaged, all the deep breath work you did, whether you ate before this practice or you intend to eat after this practice. What elements are moving about at your core? Bring awareness to that area and find your breath, a gentle rise and fall in your torso. And allow the energy to move through your heart center, to your right shoulder, down your right arm, your right forearm, your right thumb, your right forefinger, your right ring finger, your right ring finger, your right pinky finger, the entire right hand, your right wrist, the entire right arm is bound with endless potential. for flexibility and range of motion. You celebrate your right arm as you bring your awareness now to your left arm. From your heart center to your left shoulder, your left upper arm, your left forearm, your left thumb, your left forefinger, your left middle finger, your left ring finger, your left pinky finger, the entire left hand, your left wrist, and now your entire left arm. Awareness of the energy and strength in these two extremities that bring you so much fortune. Your arms and your hands have been your greatest asset, one of your many assets. The work that they've done, the people that they've greeted, the bodies that they've held and loved, the work is endless, and the potential for these two arms and for this body that you've now treated so well. Celebrate it. And bring awareness again to your breath at your center. Allow a great ball of white light to form just over your third eye, between your two eyes. Imagine this light expanding with each breath. With each inhale, the light grows. And with each exhale, the light diminishes to just a speck. But a tiny speck is all it takes of light to navigate our way through the dark. The light grows as we inhale deeper. And as we exhale, the light diminishes to just a drop, but still visible. As you imagine this white light shrinking and growing, I invite you to remember you are strong, you are powerful, you are capable, you are enough. You are blessed beyond measure. You are called and chosen for such a time as this. And you are more than equipped to handle whichever obstacles you may encounter. You operate in peace and awareness of all of your abilities. And you are learning to discern the abilities of others. Enjoy this feeling of bliss and pride in your accomplishments. Find your breath. And whenever you're ready, roll over to whichever side is most comfortable for you. You can give yourself a gentle hug. You might find that bringing the knees to the torso works better, or keeping the legs extended. It's up to you. You'll find yourself on your side, relaxing here for a moment. Again, bringing awareness of the contact of your body with the floor. And whenever you're ready and grounded in your breath, work your way back into a seated cross-legged position. I hope that everyone enjoyed that. I certainly did. I certainly hope that we found enough options for everyone to be able to enjoy this practice completely. If you have any questions about any of the options at any time, please contact me. And I look forward to sharing more practices with you. My cat was here the whole time and he's enjoying the practice too. So I'm glad we could share this today. We end all of our practices with an Om. And so we inhale. Om is a Sanskrit symbol that represents the completeness and oneness of all things. We inhale. Om. And Namaste. The light in me sees, acknowledges, and honors the light in you. In that light, we are one. I thank you.